Hello, my name is Clentus and welcome to Clentus Podcast. Guys, do you remember this dude?
My biggest fear in life is that this man may never.
Well, I don't want to bore you with the entire video. Some of you already know what he said about a total takeover in the United States of America. Now, I came across a very disturbing audio. But before we get to the audio, I just want to say something to the people in the comment section that are saying, why don't you mind South Africa's business, but you are minding the business of America? Where it goes to show how little knowledge you have about the United States of America. The United States of America. I'm sorry, probably it's not even your fault that you were not taught history in your line of education in your country. But I'm going to tell you, in South Africa, when you do history in high school, you do about 4 different history. American history is one of them. And part of that history, when you are taught, you get to learn about the United States. And I think I did say something when it comes to the economic side of the United States and the rest of the world, that when America sneezes, the rest of the world catches a cold. Yeah. And when the United States has a cold, the rest of the world gets a flu. If the United States gets a flu, the rest of the world catches pneumonia. That's how powerful the United States economy is. There even a time where I even said, listen, since the American politics also affects me as a South African, why don't they just allow us to also vote for the American president? But I understand that no, I'm not an American. This is for America and Americans only. I'm not quite sure how much Americans actually understand their global power. I know that some do, but I'm not sure if everybody understands how powerful the United States is and how other countries try their level best to emulate the same level of power that the United States has. The United States has a voice and it is listened to. Yeah, I know there are going to be some people coming in the comment section and saying, oh, why are you being an American apologist? It's the facts. I know it does not sit well. It's a fact. And you better accept and live with it so that you live in peace with yourself. But now let's come back to that video I just showed you earlier. I do believe that there is indeed a plan or a blueprint for a total takeover of the United States by the Somalis. But I don't think it's only just the Somalis. There might be other characters at play here, but they are playing it more quietly. Unlike, excuse me, unlike the Somalis that run their mouth and exposes this blueprint, like that little gentleman. I spoke about the cold of the United States and suddenly I'm coughing. United States, are you okay? Are we fine? I don't want to catch no pneumonia. Anyways, I'm just being silly. So, like that gentleman, he was exposing the print or the blueprint about the so-called total takeover. And evidently so, according to the audio you are going to listen to in a few seconds, is that they already started. If you are asking or you're wondering, how have they started? Listen to this audio.
Here because really, according to prosecutors, Brian, there's just so much fraud here in the state. Now they're looking at the state's attorney general, Keith Ellison. Why? Because the state's top cop here in Minnesota was caught in an audio recording behind closed doors meeting with a group of soon-to-be convicted Somali fraudsters. They were asking the attorney general for help to get more funding. Listen to this.
The only way we can protect what we have is by inserting ourselves into the political arena, putting our votes where it needs to be, but most importantly, putting our dollars in the right place and supporting candidates.
Well, he did not complete the sentence, but I'll complete it for you. So that those candidates, when they successfully elected into positions of power at Capitol Hill, state politics, as well as, or what do you call this, local, like councilor, city council and things of that nature. This is when whoever is in charge, hopefully it will be a president of the United States who is a Somali refugee. That's the ultimate goal. I don't know if you are noticing. That's the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to have a Somali refugee that actually takes the White House. And you know, when you have that power, what you do? Guess what you do? Oh, you pardon people that are convicted of crimes that you, with the power that is invested in you by the Constitution of the United States, can say you are pardoned, you are pardoned, you are pardoned, and you also are pardoned, but nah, not you. You are not Somali. No, you're also not Somali, but yeah, you Somali, you are part. Every Somali that is convicted of heinous crimes, as well as financial crimes and commercial crimes, or whatever crimes that they may have committed, that Somali refugee president will pardon them. So this is the Attorney General, I guess, of Minnesota, making some or giving some advice to Somali convicts, yeah, convicted of this crime of fraud, that, well, they're gonna have to work their little best to make sure that Somalis take up political spaces in the body politics of the United States. And then I was like, who? There was another video that I saw on X that left me shaking in my boots. And I will tell you why I'm shaking in my boots. If you go back to my opening paragraph of this video, I spoke about the power of the United States on a global stage. So you can't ignore that. So if you are going to have a United States of America that is run by Somalis, the operative word here is Somalis. I don't know if you guys actually took the time, as I have asked you before. Have a look how Somalia looks like. Please have a look how Somalia looks like. And I'm not talking about now suddenly we are learning about Somaliland, because I'm learning some few things that I had no idea about Somaliland. But anyways, that's not the point. Check how Somali looks like. And that is what they are bringing to the United States if Americans are sleeping. So, before I get to the video that scared the living daylight of me, here is Ilhan Omar, or Ilhan Omar, saying this about Americans.
These people are just idiots. I really, I'm at the point where it's become really hard to have an intellectual debate with any of these people, because the level of stupidity that they are displaying every single day is frankly embarrassing, not just in Congress, but as Americans. And the fact that these people are allowed to say just the most ridiculous things tells you that the dumbing of the United States has arrived, because how else do we get a Trump presidency again?
Well, as you heard, she just labeled the people of America as stupid. So, of course, in order for you to have a total takeover, you need stupid people to be able to infiltrate, because they'll be too blind and they'll be sleeping. Liberals. And they are going to succeed in penetrating and take over. Well, she realizes that no, she was blanket stating the entire Americans. Then she said, oh, that is why they voted for Donald Trump. Those that voted Donald Trump. She says they are the ones that are stupid. Right? No, this is totally wrong. If I was an American, I would be livid. I know that America is a country of immigrants, as they will always tell us, right? But people like this, maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys should say who is allowed. I don't know, guys. This one is for you. It's not for me. If it was South Africa, it would be clear. If you are not a South African citizen where both your forefathers were not born on this land, forget it. forget it. We are busy with a white paper for our immigration amendment bill. We are making submissions and we are making sure that a person that is a non-South African and he was here and naturalized as a citizen of the country, you cannot participate in our body politics. That also includes running for public office. You can't run for being a councillor. You can't run to be the president of the country either. You stay there and you can vote, but you cannot run for office. Maybe that's what America needs to do as well. Or be specific what type of an immigrant that shouldn't be allowed to run for public office. Clearly, the Somalis are showing their hand. They say, pick us, make sure that we don't participate in the body politics of the United States because we're going to take over. We are going to definitely take over. So let's go to the video that scared the living daylight out of me. Hit it.
Islam's coming to America.
Islam's coming to America?
Yes, it's coming.
Wait, is this going to be
one day America will become a Muslim state, a Muslim country.
Really?
Tell Trump.
That's never going to happen.
Yes, it will
That is
happen.
never going to happen.
God is powerful.
It's never going to
God,
Is that what you want?
God is powerful.
Is that what everybody here wants? You want to see a
That's
Muslim
what
country?
we are. Our goal is to make America Islam.
Really?
Islamic state.
Never going to happen.
Yes. God is powerful.
It's never going to happen.
You control the heart of Americans. God guides whom He wills.
Over my dead body will this become an Islamic
يريدون ليطفئوا نور الله بأفواههم
like this.
والله متم نوره ولو كره الكافرون.
It's the singing in the end for me. That was a bit scary, I must say. Shout out to the young man that stood up for the people of America and America itself, because this is exactly what I'm saying. They keep releasing the blueprint of what the Somalis, because I believe this gentleman, the older gentleman, is a Somali. If that man had that samurai sword that they always threaten you with, he had it on him, this young American man would have been already, because you can tell that he was yearning for it. He was yearning for it. And the people of America, you need to be like this young man who said, that is not going to happen. It's going to happen over my dead body. So, as I've said, if the United States of America continues to be the United States of America, the rest of us around the world, we can only work on improving ourselves. Because I can tell you, South African currency, which is the rand, is competing with the US dollars. The US dollar is very strong. I will put how strong it is here, but I'm thinking it's somewhere around 16 times, if not 17 times. If you come to South Africa, you'll be balling. But of course, it makes things a little bit expensive for us, because some businesses, they will increase prices, particularly in areas like Cape Town, where a lot of Americans are visiting there. But I'm telling you, you come here, you are balling, because our rand to the dollar is, the dollar to our rand, it is about 16 or 17 times. But like I said, I will have it somewhere here for you to see. But the point I'm making is, in order for our currency to continue to compete with the US dollars, the United States, and I'm talking Americans here, y'all need to stand on business. Eject these people out of the United States. They are a threat to the sovereignty, to the national security, as well as the fabric of the United States to the rest of the world. I'm just saying, they gotta go, y'all. They gotta go. Yeah, I don't know how else to tell you this, but it's getting a little bit scary. There's another video that I saw. It's about 2 minutes long. I tried to find it. This man was just going about how he was even threatening like unaliving. If it has to take unaliving Americans, so be it. I don't know who said, I think it was an Islamic lady in Britain who said that the last thing that you want when the people like the Somalis, when they want to take over and you assimilate to them, is when they start doing public unalivings. Excuse me, like they take the sword and they put a camera and then let the rest of the United States watch this man gets with a sword. And once that happens, it's over. The takeover has begun. I told y'all they're fighting back, but hey, the power is in the hands of Americans. I don't know how y'all can talk to the liberals, because it's important that you guys have a sit down with them and saying, listen, guys, you are endangering the sovereignty and national security of the United States. Maybe they might wake up when things get really, really serious, but it will be too late because they'll be everywhere in your body politics. Yeah, I know somebody's going to say, you are rich baiting Americans. I think maybe it's a good thing so that Americans can strategize how to protect the United States of America. So don't shut me down on that one. I'm on the outside looking in. You know, the person who has a better view is the one that is outside looking in. When you are inside, you are like a, what's that animal that stinks? That releases, how do you guys call it? We call it ikuku here in South Africa. I think it's a skunk. A skunk doesn't know when it releases that it actually stinks. Or like a person that smells armpit. A person that smells armpit, they don't know that their armpits are smelling. Or somebody that has a bad mouth odor. They don't know that their mouth stinks. Why? Because it's there. Same goes when you're inside. You don't actually necessarily see things that other people on the outside can see looking in. And I'm telling y'all, as a person that is outside looking in, it's not looking good. Oh, it's not looking good at all on many levels. But anyways, I'm going to leave this video right here. I thought maybe let me wake you guys up a little bit and also remind you who you are. Who you are. Anyways, thank you all so much. I highly appreciate the support. Highly appreciate everybody that is coming through. You're warmly welcome to the channel. And if you are watching from outside of these parameters, are you okay? Please subscribe and click the bell notification. And also, guys, whenever you watch the video, please do me a huge favor by also clicking the like button. It helps the algorithm to push my videos to more people. We are headed to 10,000 subscribers, y'all. Sooner or later, you guys are going to have a cutesy community name. I don't know what it's going to be, but hey, thank you all so much for your support. I highly appreciate you, and I'll see you next time, the new one. Goodbye.